What if I told you that BMW has built an electric SUV that doesn't just chase trends but redefines the idea of premium electric driving? What if I told you that the very brand that has been known for decades as the ultimate driving machine has now taken that same philosophy and injected it into a future-proof electric SUV that might just shake the dominance of Tesla, Audi, and Mercedes? This isn't speculation, and it isn't hype. This is the all-new BMW iX3, the 2026 model, and today we're going to take a deep, honest look at what makes this SUV different, what makes it shine, and where it still struggles to stand tall. Welcome back to the channel, where we explore the cars that are shaping tomorrow's roads. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because what you're about to get is not a quick overview, not a press release, but a complete breakdown of BMW's latest all-electric SUV. By the time this review is over, you'll know whether the 2026 BMW iX3 is simply another luxury EV with a badge, or whether it's truly a car that deserves your attention, your time, and maybe even your money. Let's start with the very first thing that grabs your attention: the way this car looks. The earlier versions of the X3 were criticized for being too safe, too conservative, almost like a regular X3 that had been converted into an EV at the last moment. But the 2026 model changes the game. This car feels like it was designed to be electric from day one. When you first see it, you notice the sharpness of the lines, the balance of proportions, and the confidence in its stance. The front end is dominated by BMW's signature kidney grille, but unlike traditional BMWs, here the grille is mostly closed off. After all, this is an EV. It doesn't need the same airflow as a combustion engine. Instead, the grille is reimagined as a bold design statement, outlined with subtle blue accents that instantly signal you're looking at something from BMW's Electric Eye family. The headlights are slimmer, sleeker, and far more aggressive than before. They use BMW's adaptive LED and laser light technology, which not only look stunning but also provide exceptional illumination on the road. At night, the light signature is unique, a futuristic glow that feels unmistakably BMW. Moved to the side, and the profile reveals a balance between sportiness and practicality. Flush door handles glide neatly into the bodywork, reducing drag and giving the car a more modern, futuristic feel. The wheel arches are muscular but not overdone, sitting proudly on aerodynamic alloy wheels that come in 20 inches as standard, with optional 21-inch performance wheels for those who want even more presence. Subtle blue trim runs along the skirts. Another quiet reminder that this is not just another SUV, this is an electric BMW. At the rear, the designers have made sure the X3 stands out. The taillights are sharper and sleeker, extending across the tailgate with a glossy black trim. Instead of the exhaust pipes that once defined BMW SUVs, you now get a bold diffuser design with more blue accents, embracing the EV identity without trying to hide it. The rear window is slightly raked, giving the SUV a hint of coupe-like sportiness without sacrificing practicality. The X3 badging sits neatly on one side, a subtle but confident statement. Overall, the exterior of the X3 2026 feels more refined, more futuristic, and more purposeful compared to its earlier versions. It doesn't scream for attention, but it quietly tells you it belongs to the future. But a BMW is not just about how it looks. A BMW is about the experience it delivers once you step inside and take control. And with the X3 2026, BMW has gone all out to ensure the interior feels like a true bridge between traditional luxury and the digital future of cars. Step inside the X3, and the first thing that hits you is how BMW has blended familiarity with innovation. Unlike some brands that completely strip down the interior to a futuristic minimalism that can sometimes feel cold and lifeless, BMW has chosen a path where modern technology meets traditional luxury. The cabin feels premium, comfortable, and driver-focused, exactly what you would expect from a BMW, yet it is also undeniably electric in its identity. The seating position is high and commanding, giving you a full SUV experience slide into the driver's seat, and you're greeted by plush materials that wrap around you. The leather upholstery is soft to the touch, stitched with precision, and available in a range of sustainable finishes for those who prefer an eco-friendly option. BMW is pushing sustainability in the X3, not just in the powertrain but in the materials too. Recycled plastics, natural fibers, and responsibly sourced leather make you feel like you're driving a car designed for the future in every sense. The cabin is spacious, offering ample legroom and headroom both in the front and back, unlike some EVs that sacrifice interior space due to battery packaging. The iX3's flat floor design ensures rear passengers get plenty of comfort as well. The panoramic glass roof stretches above, flooding the interior with light during the day and giving passengers a sense of openness that makes long journeys feel less confined. Now, look at the dashboard and you'll see the beating heart of the X3's interior, BMW's new curved display system. It combines a fully digital driver's instrument cluster with a massive infotainment touchscreen that seamlessly flows into one continuous panel. The graphics are crisp, colorful, and modern, giving you a sense of being in a cutting-edge tech lounge rather than just a car. But the real magic lies not just in the display, but in how it responds. Powered by BMW's latest Drive 9 operating system, the interface is fluid, intuitive, and customizable. You can control it using touch, voice commands, or the familiar iDrive rotary controller that sits comfortably on the center console. The system is faster, smoother, and smarter than ever before, with intelligent suggestions that learn your habits over time. Ask it for the nearest charging station, and it not only finds one but also tells you in real time if it's occupied or free. Need navigation, it calculates the most efficient route based on traffic and your current battery level, even planning charging stops if needed. The integration of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is wireless, seamless, and takes over the entire display if you prefer your phone's ecosystem. But honestly, BMW's own system is so advanced now that you may find yourself relying less on your phone and more on what the car already provides. The voice assistant is smarter, more natural, and can handle casual commands like "I'm cold" by instantly adjusting the climate control without you touching a button. Speaking of climate control, the X3 features a new 4-zone automatic system, so everyone in the car can set their own preferred temperature. Heated and ventilated seats are available for both front and rear passengers, and the front seats even offer a massage function for those long highway drives. The cabin is whisper quiet, thanks to acoustic glass and enhanced insulation. BMW has also added an artificial soundscape developed by Hans Zimmer that subtly plays inside the cabin as you accelerate, giving you a sense of connection and emotion that many EVs lack. It's optional, but for those who miss the roar of combustion engines, this digital soundtrack adds character without pretending to be something it's not. Storage is plentiful. The center console has large cup holders, a wireless charging pad, USB-C ports, and clever storage compartments. The rear seats fold down in a 40/20/40 split, giving you flexibility for luggage and cargo. With the seats up, you get a generous boot space that easily handles family trips, grocery hauls, or sports gear. And because the battery is neatly packaged under the floor, you don't lose valuable cargo volume. Everywhere you touch, there's quality. The trim finishes are customizable, from brushed aluminum to open-pore wood, depending on how sporty or elegant you want your X3 to feel. Ambient lighting runs across the dashboard and doors, with dozens of color choices to set the mood. At night, the cabin glows in a futuristic yet calming way, making you feel like you're in a lounge on wheels. What makes this interior special isn't just the luxury or the technology, but the way it blends both. Some cars overwhelm you with screens, and tech that feel distracting. Others keep it to simple, leaving you wanting more. The BMW iX3 2026 strikes a balance. It gives you all the futuristic tech you could want, but it never forgets that at the heart of driving is comfort, control, and the connection between driver and machine. And that balance might be one of the strongest selling points of this SUV, but the real test of any BMW isn't just how it looks or how comfortable it feels. The real question is, how does it perform? How does it drive? Is this still the ultimate driving machine, even when powered by electrons instead of gasoline? That's where things get even more interesting. Performance has always been the soul of BMW. For decades, the brand has built its reputation around the idea of the ultimate driving machine, so when BMW decided to go electric with the X3, the biggest question hanging in the air was simple. Would it still feel like a BMW to drive, or just another silent electric SUV? With the 2026 model, the answer is clear. This car delivers that signature BMW feel, but in a new, electrified way. Under the floor sits BMW's 5th-generation drive system, and for 2026 it has been further refined. The X3 now comes with a rear-wheel drive setup as standard, powered by a single electric motor that produces around 300 horsepower and 400 newton-meters of torque. That means instant acceleration, delivered smoothly and silently. From a standstill, the X3 launches forward with the kind of urgency you'd expect from an EV, hitting 0 to 60 miles per hour in just under 6 seconds. It's not the fastest in the segment. Tesla's Model Y performance is quicker, but what the X3 offers is something Tesla often lacks: composure. This isn't about winning drag races, it's about a refined, balanced driving experience that feels consistent and confidence-inspiring. For those who want more, BMW also offers an all-wheel drive variant with dual motors, delivering over 350 horsepower. This version shaves the acceleration time down even further, making overtaking on highways effortless and giving you added traction in slippery conditions. The steering, as you'd expect from BMW, is precise, responsive, and far more communicative than most electric SUVs. Where many EVs feel numb, the X3 feels alive, as though the car is constantly talking to you through the steering wheel. But raw numbers aren't enough. What really matters in an EV is the battery and the range. The 2026 X3 comes equipped with a larger 82 kWh battery pack, which gives it a real-world range of around 300 to 320 miles on a single charge. That's competitive with rivals like the Audi Q8 e-tron and Mercedes EQC, though slightly behind Tesla's Model Y long range. However, BMW compensates by focusing on efficiency and consistency. Even in colder weather, where some EVs lose a significant portion of their range, the X3's battery management system keeps performance steady. Charging is quick and convenient. Using a 150 kilowatt DC fast charger, you can go from 10 to 80% in just about half an hour, perfect for highway rest stops. On a home wall-box charger, a full charge overnight is easy, meaning you wake up every morning with a full tank. BMW also offers intelligent navigation that automatically routes you through fast charging stations when needed, ensuring you're never left stranded or anxious about range. On the road, the driving experience is where the X3 to 0 to 6 shines brightest. Press the accelerator and the car glides forward with instant torque, but it does so smoothly, without the jerky surge that some EVs deliver. The ride quality is tuned for comfort yet remains firm enough to remind you that this is still a BMW. Adaptive suspension adjusts constantly, ironing out bumps in the city and firming up when you're on winding country roads. It feels planted, stable, and composed even at higher speeds. BMW has also worked hard on sound management. In most EVs, silence can sometimes feel eerie, but here it feels calming. And if you want more drama, the optional soundscape composed by Hans Zimmer adds an emotional layer to your drive, a futuristic hum that rises as you accelerate, almost like an orchestra responding to your right foot. It's subtle, but it adds character to an otherwise quiet experience. Braking is equally refined. The regenerative braking system is adjustable, so you can choose between a strong one-pedal driving mode that almost eliminates the need for the brake pedal in city traffic, or a lighter, more natural feel for those who prefer traditional driving. The transition between regenerative and mechanical braking is smooth, something many EVs still struggle to perfect. On highways, the X3 cruises effortlessly. The cabin is whisper quiet, wind noise is minimal, and road noise is well isolated thanks to acoustic glass and clever insulation. Long journeys feel easy, stress-free, and surprisingly relaxing. And when you hit a set of twisty roads, the car doesn't fall apart. It grips, it responds, and it reminds you why BMW is still one of the best brands when it comes to chassis dynamics. This balance between comfort and sportiness is what makes the X3 so compelling. It may not be the fastest EV on paper, but in the real world, it feels like a car you'd actually enjoy living with every single day. It's practical when you need it to be, comfortable on long trips, but also fun enough to put a smile on your face when you decide to push it a little harder. And that brings us to one of the most important parts of any EV, not just how it drives, but how it makes you feel when you're behind the wheel. With the 2026 X3, the feeling is clear. This is not just an appliance on wheels. It's a machine with personality, precision, and purpose. It's an EV that still feels like a BMW. 3:54 p.m., the 9th of September 2025. Aftab Sultan. Performance has always been the soul of BMW. For decades, the brand has built its reputation around the idea of the ultimate driving machine, so when BMW decided to go electric with the X3, the biggest question hanging in the air was simple: would it still feel like a BMW to drive, or just another silent electric SUV? With the 2026 model, the answer is clear. This car delivers that signature BMW feel, but in a new, electrified way. Under the floor sits BMW's 5th-generation drive system, and for 2026 it has been further refined. The X3 now comes with a rear-wheel drive setup as standard, powered by a single electric motor that produces around 300 horsepower and 400 Newton-meters of torque. That means instant acceleration, delivered smoothly and silent. 3:57 p.m., the 9th of September 2025. Aftab Sultan. When we talk about modern electric SUVs, safety isn't just a feature, it's an expectation. And with the X3 2026, BMW has pulled out all the stops to ensure that this vehicle doesn't just meet industry standards, but pushes them further. From the moment you step inside, you're surrounded by an invisible cocoon of technology that's constantly watching, predicting, and protecting. The X3 comes equipped with the latest suite of advanced driver assistance systems. Adaptive cruise control is smoother than ever, automatically maintaining your distance from the car ahead while gently adjusting your speed in stop-and-go traffic. Lane keeping assist works in harmony with steering inputs, making highway cruising less tiring, and the lane change assist can automatically guide you into the next lane when it's safe to do so. BMW has also integrated an upgraded autonomous emergency braking system that not only detects vehicles and pedestrians, but also cyclists, animals, and even unexpected hazards like a car door opening in traffic. The cross-traffic alert helps when reversing out of tight parking spots, while the 360-degree camera system provides a bird's-eye view around the vehicle, making urban driving and tight maneuvers effortless. One of the standout features is the new Highway Assistant, which allows semi-autonomous driving on major roads. With your hands lightly on the wheel, the X3 can manage steering, acceleration, and braking for extended periods, reducing fatigue on long journeys. But unlike some competitors, BMW has carefully tuned the system to keep you engaged, reminding you that this is still a car meant to be driven, not abandoned. Safety isn't just about avoiding accidents, it's also about protecting you when the worst happens. The iX3 2026 is built on a reinforced structure designed to handle the unique challenges of EVs, such as protecting the battery pack in a collision. Multiple airbags, intelligent crumple zones, and BMW's rigid passenger cell architecture ensure maximum protection. Crash tests have already shown that the X3 performs exceptionally well, putting it among the safest EVs you can buy. Practicality is another area where the iX3 shines. Families will love the spacious rear seats, the generous cargo space, and the flat floor that makes the cabin more usable. The rear seats fold flat with a simple push, transforming the X3 into a capable hauler for bulky items. Whether it's luggage for a family road trip or weekend sports gear, the iX3 handles it without compromise. Everyday usability is enhanced by the small details. The wide-opening doors make getting in and out easy. The powered tailgate opens hands-free when you wave your foot under the bumper, perfect when your hands are full. Charging ports are placed conveniently, with LED indicators showing status at a glance. Even the cabin storage solutions, from deep door pockets to hidden compartments, are designed with real life in mind. Living with the X3 also means living with lower running costs. Charging at home is significantly cheaper than filling up with gas, and with fewer moving parts than a traditional engine, maintenance costs are reduced. BMW backs the battery with a long warranty, giving peace of mind for years to come. Combine that with the prestige of the BMW badge, and you have a car that feels both luxurious and sensible at the same time. Now comes the big question: should you actually buy one? The BMW iX3 2026 is not the fastest EV on the market, nor is it the longest range, but that's not the point. This SUV is about balance. It's about offering luxury without excess, performance without waste, and technology without confusion. It's about delivering a driving experience that feels familiar to BMW enthusiasts, yet futuristic enough to attract a new generation of buyers. Compared to rivals, the X3 holds its ground with confidence. Tesla may win on acceleration and range, but it struggles with build quality and interior luxury. Audi's Q8 e-tron offers comfort, but it lacks the sharp driving dynamics that BMW has mastered. Mercedes EQC brings style, but it feels heavy and less engaging on the road. The X3 finds its sweet spot right in the middle: sporty, luxurious, practical, and dependable. At the end of the day, the X3 2026 is more than just another electric SUV. It represents BMW's philosophy carried into the electric age, that driving should be more than transportation, it should be an experience. It should make you feel something every time you sit behind the wheel. And in that sense, the X3 doesn't just succeed, it excels. So, is this the future of BMW? If the X3 is anything to go by, the answer is yes. Because in a world where many EVs feel soulless, this one feels alive. It feels like a BMW, and for fans of the brand, that may be the biggest reason to fall in love with it. Looking beyond just the car itself, the BMW iX3 Toyota 6 represents something much bigger. It's not just an update to a single model, it's a statement of intent from BMW. The brand has been clear: by the early 2030s, its entire lineup will transition to electric, and the X3 is one of the pillars that shows how BMW plans to bridge the gap between its gasoline heritage and its electric future. This SUV is more than just a piece of engineering, it's a reassurance to loyal BMW drivers. It says, yes, the future is electric, but it's still going to feel like BMW. That's an important message because many drivers who grew up with the iconic 3 Series or X5 often worrying that the electric versions will lose their identity. The iX3 proves otherwise. It keeps that DNA alive. packaged in a way that works for tomorrow's roads. Now let's place it in the real market landscape. Competition in the electric SUV segment has never been tougher. Tesla's Model Y continues to dominate sales thanks to its range and charging network. But Tesla also faces criticism over build quality and a lack of luxury feel. Audi's Q8 e-tron offers a plush cabin, but it comes at a higher price and doesn't have the sporty edge. Mercedes EQC delivers style, yet feels heavier and less agile. Volvo's X90 brings safety leadership, but it's more family-focused than driver-oriented. Where does the X3 sit among these? Right in the sweet spot. It doesn't outgun Tesla in specs, but it outclasses it in refinement. It doesn't out-luxury Mercedes, but it outdrives it on the road. And it doesn't outsize Audi, but it feels more agile and engaging. In other words, the X3 offers balance. It's the choice for buyers who want one car that can do it all. Daily commutes, family trips, long-distance drives, while still making them smile every time they turn the wheel. Now let's talk numbers, because pricing always matters. The BMW iX3 2026 is expected to start around $70,000 in the US market and similar premium pricing globally. For that, you get the rear-wheel drive version with all the essential luxury features. Step up to the all-wheel drive model, and you're looking at closer to $80,000, fully loaded with options like the panoramic roof, upgraded sound system, and premium interior packages. It can climb to around $90. At first glance, that's a serious investment. But here's the catch. When you compare total cost of ownership, the X3 makes a lot of sense. Charging at home is far cheaper than refueling a gasoline SUV. Maintenance is lower since there's no oil, no exhaust system, and fewer moving parts. Overall, over 5 years, owners could save thousands compared to a similar gasoline-powered luxury SUV. And then there's the intangible value. The fact that you're driving something future-ready, sustainable, and aligned with where the industry is heading. So who is the X3 really for? If you're a die-hard BMW fan who wants to move into the electric era without losing the brand's character, this SUV is tailor-made for you. If you're a family looking for a premium EV that balances comfort, space, and everyday usability, the X3 ticks every box. If you're someone who cares about driving enjoyment but also wants to lower your carbon footprint, this SUV gives you both. It may not be the perfect choice for hardcore speed junkies or those chasing maximum range numbers, but for the majority of buyers, it lands in the sweet spot between performance, practicality, and prestige. And that's why the X3 matters. It doesn't try to be everything to everyone. Instead, it focuses on what BMW does best, building cars that connect emotionally with the driver while also fitting seamlessly into daily life. It proves that electric cars don't have to feel sterile or soulless. They can still be fun, engaging, luxurious, and, most importantly, aspirational. Looking forward, the X3 also gives us a glimpse of what's coming next. BMW's upcoming new E-Class platform promises even more advanced EVs with greater range, faster charging, and cutting-edge design. But the iX3 shows that even before those futuristic models arrive, BMW already has something that feels modern, capable, and desirable today. So, to sum it all up, the BMW X3 2026 is not about breaking records, it's about balance, consistency, and delivering an electric SUV that feels like a natural extension of the BMW family. It's for people who want to embrace the future without abandoning the past. And if you've ever dreamed of owning a BMW but also wanted to step into the electric era, this might just be the car that brings both worlds together, because at the end of the day, this isn't just the story of the X3, it's the story of BMW's evolution. And if this is what the future looks like, then it's a future worth getting excited about.